Let's talk about Kris Boyd. Now, before anyone starts shouting conspiracy or paranoia, let's make something very clear. This is opinion. This is analysis of what is said publicly, on television, in front of cameras. Nothing more. But when you watch Kris Boyd week after week on Sky Sports, the pattern is hard to ignore, because when it comes to Celtic Football Club, the tone changes. Kris Boyd is a former Rangers striker. He scored goals for Rangers. He has every right to be proud of his career there. But when you step into a national studio as a pundit, you're no longer just an ex-player. You're meant to be neutral, analytical, balanced, and that's where many Celtic supporters believe the problem lies. When Rangers drop points, we hear context. We hear about injuries. We hear about transition periods. We hear about rebuilding phases. We hear about patience. When Celtic drop points, it's mentality. It's bottling it. It's weak. It's not good enough. It's a crisis. The language is different. The framing is different. The energy is different. And when that difference happens consistently, people are going to question it. Take Brendan Rodgers as an example. When he returned to Celtic, Boyd's criticism was loud and relentless. Now pundits are supposed to criticise. That's part of the job. But compare that intensity to similar instability or inconsistency across the city. When Rangers struggle, it's tactical tweaks, fine margins, progress being made. When Celtic struggle, it's systemic failure, fragility, questions about leadership. Why is the scale always tilted one way? That's the question fans are asking. Then, there's refereeing debates. When decisions go against Rangers, the analysis is forensic. Slow motion replays, long discussions, emotional emphasis. When decisions go against Celtic, it often becomes these things even themselves out over a season. That perceived imbalance builds frustration. Now let's be absolutely clear. There is no accusation of corruption here, no accusation of wrongdoing. This is about tone, about consistency, about perceived bias, because perception matters in media. Celtic have been the dominant force in Scottish football for much of the last decade. League titles, domestic trebles, European nights. Yet the coverage can feel permanently sceptical, permanently critical, permanently waiting for collapse. Meanwhile, Rangers are often framed through resilience, rebuilding and optimism, even during difficult spells. If you are a Celtic supporter watching that contrast week after week, you are going to feel there is a lens being applied. Kris Boyd is entitled to his opinions. No one is saying he shouldn't have them. But if you are going to analyse both sides of Glasgow on a national platform, neutrality is not optional. It is expected. And until the tone feels balanced, the accusations of bias will continue. That isn't tribalism. That is supporters demanding fairness. You can disagree with that. You can challenge it. But you can't pretend the conversation isn't happening. And that conversation isn't going away.